Hi, Patrick Phillip here at Effective Martial Arts HQ in Pointe Claire, West Island, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And in this lesson, how to roll. All right, so being able to roll is another one of those foundational movements that you need to master in order to be able to defend yourself on the ground. So really spend some time on this when you begin your martial arts journey, and really important if you're a teacher, instructor, or coach to take the time to help your students master this when they begin. So grappling is a 360-degree environment. The person's going on top of you, they're over everywhere. You always be able to defend yourself and maintain your access. So being able to invert and roll is really important. And one commonly overlooked fact is that in order to be able to roll, you first need to be able to rock. So we've learned this over time by teaching a whole bunch of different students from different backgrounds, different fitness level, different ages, and you need to develop the ability to have a round back and a strong core in order to be able to rock. So you have to be able to do this. Here, having a smooth rocking motion like a rocking chair when your back is round, knees remain in the chest, hands are here, and at the beginning you can hold your legs like this, and this will allow you to rock smoothly. But as you get more comfortable, you should be able to hold this position with no hands. Now check out the abs for grappling video that we did a while back. This is really your method to develop a strong core, and that's going to facilitate all the techniques that you want to do on the ground and otherwise in other ranges, striking and wrestling of your martial arts training. But in a nutshell, the main exercise that you need to do to be able to rock is holding this position and rocking here. And for added resistance, extend the legs here and keep that rocking motion on the lower back especially. You don't want to go all the way up to seated. You just want to keep it on the back, like so. For added resistance even more, like this. Strong breathing, keeping a nice, strong core. This is essential to be able to roll. So preparation first. If you're not able to do that, spend time on that first, and then your rolling is going to be very easy once you have a strong core. So step one, rocking. Just rocking like this. Step two is diagonal rocking. So being able to go from one hip to the opposite shoulder. So hip, opposite shoulder. Hip, opposite shoulder. Now that looks simple, but it can be challenging for some students. Again, opposite hip, here, hip to opposite shoulder. Here. You can stabilize with the hands as needed. Like this, hip to opposite shoulder. So diagonal rocking. When you're ready and you're able to do that, diagonal rocking to tripoding in the back. So bringing your tippy toes on the mat behind you. Here, head to the side, tippy toes on the mat, and back to your original position. Other side as well. Head off to the side so you clear the space to roll on your top shoulder so that your toes can touch the ground in the back. Here. Head is still off the mat, so there's no pressure on the neck. Here. Again from that angle. Here. Tripod. Stabilize with the hands as needed. Here. Here. Other side. Like this. Rolling to tripod. Here. Time. Now, when you're able to do that, the next step is to be able to go from seated to combat base. So folding one leg under, and if you're able to do this move slowly, it's going to be very easy when you have momentum. But it's a good drill to be able to do it slow. Bring it in, bring your heel close to your bum. Hands are here, so try not to use your hands to help yourself up. Bring your head forward and just transition your hips on top of your heel, like this, on both sides. Cross under, head forward, combat base. Again, here. Cross under, head forward, combat base with control. So understanding your center of gravity, where it is, and how you can base to have good support. Next, we're going to combine the two previous. So we're going to go tripod to combat base. So diagonal rocking to tripod here, and then to combat base in the front. Again, boom. And then you can switch midway and then do the other side. Here, here. So that's diagonal rocking to combat base in front, tripod in the back. When you're able to do that, it's very easy to go from the tripod position to the combat base in the back, and then we're almost done. So we're gonna go combat base in the front, seated, roll back, tripod, and from here, just bring yourself back to the combat base position here. and then we go forward. So this is the tricky part. So going forward from this position, it requires a little bit more confidence, but here's a very simple trick to make it more accessible for more people. So from the combat base over here, we're gonna bring the inside shoulder, so the opposite one than the foot that is up, inside here, so that your shoulder touches the mat. From here, recognize this position, we're back in the tripod, so that's easy. Now we can just go over, back to the combat base on the other side. And again, here, backwards, one knee, the other leg up, and then forward, here, and you want to be able to do that on both sides. If I go on the other side, here, other leg up, same thing, it's going to be my inside shoulder. Breathing out as you roll, that's another important detail, so that you keep that flexion in the abs, you get a smooth rocking motion. When you're able to do that, rocking on the top shoulder, so you need to be able to rock on both shoulders, because you never know what's going to happen, where your opponent's going to be, how you need to maneuver your body. So, combat base over here. Now we need to go over our arms, so we need to use our arm for base. So you need to be able to support your body weight with your arms. If you need to work on that, work on it. So we have some exercises for the shoulders. So shoulder press, using your body weight, incline push-ups as well. So you need to be able to hold and eventually a handstand so you can hold your weight. Once you're able to do that, have strong arms, strong core, it's gonna be easy for you to roll. So here, combat base, I'm gonna take myself over my base and rock on the arm, shoulder, all the way to the opposite hip, like so. Here, and then same thing backwards, push myself back here. Other side, same thing. On this arm, take myself over the base. This is a good drill for students when they start. Just a little elevation here, make sure the arms are strong. One hand pointed in, one hand pointed forward. Still breathing and taking ourselves over the base, back to combat base here, and on the other side, backwards. Now, this is where things get interesting. If you're able to do that, the dive roll from the standing position. So, we're in a standing position here. We're going to be able to put our base out like this. And same exact technique, but now we have more elevation, which means more momentum, which means we need to be able to absorb the ground a little bit more to stabilize, keep a strong body, so we can transfer the kinetic energy into movement instead of just collapsing on the ground and transferring it to impact. So we're here, strong arms, breathing out, and back up. Same thing backwards. Lowering with the legs, strong, and then pushing with the arms back to our base over here. Other side, same thing. Like this, and like this. The less noise you make when you roll, the better. So that means you have less impact with the ground, which means you're transferring more of your momentum back to the standing position. Makes it more efficient. Next, more advanced variation, dive roll. So check it out. I actually jump into it, absorb, and transfer. And then you can give yourself momentum moving back. And forward again, a couple times. Notice the breathing out. And there you have it, guys. The other important variation is going to be the shoulder roll. We did a whole video about that, cards above. But essentially, that's rolling sideways, so across your shoulders. So inverting, tippy toes, hips in the air, head under. And then instead of rolling on the back, we're rolling across the shoulders back to the seated or kneeling position on this side. So basically, rolling across the shoulders like this, or like this. Like this, so staying bent forward, rocking across the shoulders with the shoulder roll. So we go step by step in the shoulder roll video. Check it out if you have not already. So there you have it, guys, how to rock and roll. So through the generations, we've taught so many students, and trying to go straight for the roll for many people is very challenging, especially if you're not in great shape to start, or with kids or people who have a little bit of overweight. Until they get in great shape, you want to give them the tools to be able to absorb the techniques one step at a time, and really break it down. And we think that's what really being a great instructor is all about. It's able to break down a technique and make it so that the people can understand it. Whatever the level they're starting at, they're able to understand it, apply it, be successful in that small part, and then put it all together to do the complete technique. And eventually, the goal is to do it under pressure when somebody's actually trying to hit you or submit you or pin you down to the ground, and you still need to be able to execute that technique. In order to do so, you need to be able to, your body needs to have the muscle memory to do that technique. So that's why we recommend when you're starting grappling specifically, spend some time learning how to roll. And if you're not able to roll yet, start by rocking. And it's just a good drill in general. I do it as an ab exercise, just the rocking, the banana rocking, really being able to strengthen the core just to maintain. And it's a nice warm-up, even more advanced once you've practiced more and you're even more comfortable with all techniques in all ranges, striking, grappling, wrestling. Doing those fundamental body postures, movements as like warm-ups or cool-downs after training is a great way to stay sharp. So make sure that the techniques are always there on the tip of your fingers so you can call upon them at any time and execute them perfectly, flawlessly, and very quickly so that you can move on to the next thing, which is most likely your offense or your defense in a real situation. So I had a lot of fun sharing this information with you guys. Hope you found it valuable. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. I'm really excited. We have a lot of powerful content coming your way in striking, wrestling, and grappling. So basically everything you need to know to be able to defend yourself in hand-to-hand combat. And if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, probably something that you would like us to cover, leave in the comments below. We'll do our best to get to it. If you've enjoyed the video, like and share if you think other people that you know might benefit from this information. So once again, Patrick Fulop here. This is Effective Martial Arts. Thank you very much for watching. Practice well.